Hello, everyone, and welcome to my podcast, the Nuclear Podcast.
Wow, you have a name for it now?
Yes, I do. You bet I do. Now, in the second episode, it's gonna be named that in the first, but you don't hear me say it because we didn't have that name whenever we recorded it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's happened. That's what
We planned really well ahead, so we knew everything.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
we didn't work on our video covers for the podcast 3 to 4 days after we recorded the first podcast.
No, and not like 2 days. No, a day before we started uploading. The
Right.
podcast. So it's not like
Yeah.
the first ones won't have the full
Right.
thing or anything. No.
Yeah, not even like the second ones may or may not have because it's so much work.
Okay, well,
It's not that bad.
No,
It's
I
not-
think
it's
I think
really
you can
not
do it
that bad.
within a week, especially since
I
you're
can,
unemployed and
yeah.
live at home.
You didn't have to put it like that.
I mean, I was just saying you probably have a lot of time because you are
look.
unemployed and you live with your parents.
But you don't have to put it like that.
How am I putting it? I'm just saying that you're a scumbag
Okay,
who just
alright.
mooches. No,
Wow, that's getting even worse. Like the more you go.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Uh,
You're a great guy.
I'm
I'm sure your
actually,
parents love you being there.
I started planning to move out.
Yeah, well, you've been trying to move out for a while.
Yeah.
It just hasn't worked out.
It hit, okay, like, I quit my job at McDonald's because, number one, to do YouTube, I cannot be working at McDonald's at the same time because McDonald's is such a stressful,
vlog
like,
McDonald's.
No. Because McDonald's is such, like, a high-end, I don't know, it's really stressful and wearing.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't have the energy to sit down and record for a video.
Yeah, when you're working. all
Yeah,
day.
exactly.
Mhm.
And then on my days off, I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I want to sit and like, build my energy back up until I have to go to work again.
Exactly. Yep.
So it's not like I'm not getting a job. I'm gonna get a job, but it's gonna be a slower paced job than McDonald's.
My dream is to keep editing videos, and then just find some sap on YouTube who needs an editor, and just edit for him or anything.
Wait,
like,
you don't want to have your own channel?
No, I can have my own channel, but like editing, I like doing it. It's like it would give me money. It would give me, some form of income.
right, yeah.
While I try to do something
That's
with
true,
YouTube.
yeah.
And then I'll probably crash and burn on YouTube. Then I'll start making Homeless Man podcast. How cool would
Oh
that be?
my gosh, dude.
Homeless Man
Yes.
podcast.
You will be the Jake Paul of your
Homeless Man.
generation. No.
No, I want to be the Jake Paul of Homeless Man.
Okay, that sounds good too. All of those homeless vloggers,
Yeah, all
one of them, which will be you.
Have I have I told you about something that I want to do? It's a crazy idea, and I'm
Probably
gonna
not.
need you for it. I don't think I have. I'm gonna be blind for a couple days.
Your chair is very squeaky. I just noticed.
Yeah,
that.
Nope, that one's
That one's
squeakier.
worse.
Um, But
we got 3 chairs in the room with 2 people. So.
exactly, 2 of them are squeaky. But
Yeah.
I wanna go blind for a couple days, and you
Okay.
document me failing at being blind. Like, I'm gonna literally make it so I can't see. I don't know what I'm gonna
Okay.
do yet. Maybe wear goggles that are like
You could put in
painted black.
contacts, like the solid contacts.
Boom. And
Those
then
will probably
I
be
just
really
wanna
expensive though.
I just want to be blind for a couple days, and you document me
Dude,
trying to be blind.
that would be hilarious.
I think it would be funny. I think it would give me a new perspective of how just being
Yeah.
like blind is.
Yeah.
Like, it would be crazy.
Yeah, it would.
And like not seeing for 2 days, that's gotta mess with
That
me
reminds
somehow.
me of something that I was gonna do like that. Similar.
You're gonna cut out your tongue for 2 days and see what it's like not to talk.
No.
Dang it.
I was gonna staple my lips together.
Oh.
What are you, crazy?
Oh, sorry.
Quality. Dude, that does not sound like a bad idea. That sounds really fun, actually.
I think
I
it would be
will-
fun.
yeah.
So like, we'll test out me driving. We'll test out me, committing a crime.
you-
We'll test out
You've already done one of the 2.
what?
I mean, 2 of the 2. Yeah, you've done both of those. You've driven and you've committed a crime.
I don't know why they need to know that I've committed a crime.
Moving on. Remember that blind game that I had a long time ago?
The blind game?
Yeah.
Where you made noise and it would like, "Boo." Or are you talking about a different game?
I
My,
don't.
my description was
I don't
pretty
know what
bad.
that one is.
Okay, there's
but-
a game where you are blind and so are the creatures around you. And when you make a noise, you can see like a wave goes.
I
when you
said
make
the
a
game
noise.
I made not a video game, but like an outdoors game that you would play.
Wait. There are games other than video games.
Oh my god, Gabe, are you serious right now? Like, come on.
All right, because you would walk around.
Yeah, you would have 2 or 3 people blindfolded. You would give them like a cane. You would spin them around for 30 seconds, I believe, and then you'd let them go. And they had to get to a certain point in your yard. So like
we sucked at that. I sucked at that game.
It was great.
I've never won.
You had to give up.
Oh yeah, I always. There were times where I would
has never played that.
Ditch.
Oh, she is gonna have. You did
I
fall in the ditch. Oh my gosh! Yes.
Like every time, I'd be like, I think I know where. Oh, boom, boom.
Yes. That was funny. I remember watching you, and you would get out of the ditch, and you're like, okay, I'm good now, and you'd make like an arc right back into the same ditch. And oh, that was great. That was you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I sucked at that game.
Oh, that was great.
Another fun game we used to play was when it got dark. Someone would walk around the house. Remember, people would be hidden.
Oh,
and they try to just touch the person that's walking around the house. It was creepy.
Yeah.
It was.
I do remember
because if you shine the flashlight on them, they couldn't come after you.
Do you remember? You never played that game with us because we didn't really have anyone play it. We did this thing where we unlocked all of our windows and doors. We had 2 people trying to get into the house without the person inside knowing.
So
the person inside would make their rounds around the house, and we would try to sneak around and get inside, and get to and grab a certain point. Like there was a trophy somewhere, and we'd grab it.
Remember when we used to play Hunger Games, and we honestly, looking back on it now, someone could have really gotten hurt.
Oh yeah, Steven.
Because we would play with like sticks.
Steven got hurt. Steven was the only one to get hurt.
And we would run in, grab these massive sticks, and use them as weapons.
Okay.
And if you hit an arm.
Explain this game. If you guys want to play it on your own, it's like really easy and really fun. You just get a group of friends. Okay.
Use foam swords.
We found out later that foam swords would be easier than using giant sticks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
Because we would use like 6-foot sticks and like swing them.
Oh, you have no idea how scary that was playing with my cousin because he's like 19, or he was 19 at the time.
Yeah.
He would like swing full force.
Oh man.
No, like he was actually going to hit you full force.
There was a time I was outside and my brother picked up this huge. It was like really thick and really long.
Yeah.
And he just spun around, and I was just standing behind him. Smacked me right in the face.
Oh!
I mean, I was down. I was like,
are you
serious? My mouth and nose were bleeding. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What the crap?
Yeah.
Holy crap, dude! Oh my gosh!
It wasn't a fun time. I told you.
Are you serious? That sounds really fun.
I got a lot of big ouchie stories.
Wow. And so.
Sorry if you just
her
picked
mom.
Up. Her mom. What? What was that? Her. Who's her? Her mom?
My mouth messed up. His mom. Gabe's mom.
Close the door.
Just walked her out. You didn't close the door, Gabe?
I thought I did.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways, his mom walked around. That's you do have a lot of ouchie stories.
A lot of ouchie stories.
Did I tell you about the time that I took a PVC pipe, threw it like a spear, and hit Steven right in the temple? You know, like the pipes, I took it, and I was like, I'm gonna throw it over Steven's head. And I threw it, and it arced and like smacked him right in the temple.
Oh my god.
He was bleeding.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
I felt so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. There were times, so many times that people got injured.
It was a fun game, though. It was a fun game.
Hunger Games?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That was a really fun game actually. That's the game that I'm most proud of.
And then there were always these like alliances, and you can never trust them.
I know. I was the one who started like the untrustworthy alliances.
Yep.
Because we'd be going and it was like, no, alliance, and then we'd like walk around and I'd be like, dead. Hello.
No, that's the worst way that we could have started a normal conversation. We took a little break. And we're back. It was a fast break.
It was a quick break.
Yeah, but we're back, boys and girls. You didn't even know that we took a break.
Quick little intermission.
Quick little quickie. If you
Gabriel peed himself.
Why? Why? That's not even what happened. It'd be one thing if it did happen and you were ratting me out for it. But it didn't even happen and you ratted me out.
What the crap was that?
Your phone just spazzed the heck out.
Video chat. That literally scared me. That scared me. Oh. Okay.
Oh.
She's actually calling me. Let's pause it. I'm gonna have to cut it out.
We got interrupted again.
It's all around the 10-minute mark.
We got interrupted again because Justice had to talk to some girl.
My girlfriend.
Yeah, who cares who she is?
Okay.
It's just he values that girl more than he values. Yeah.
Jeez Louise. Okay, we're gonna have to talk about something else. Let's completely switch topics.
Yeah, well, let's talk about what was the weird. Okay, when you were a kid, did you have themed birthday parties?
I did not. I don't think.
I did.
Judah always had the themed birthday parties.
My birthday parties, when I look back on them, some of them were really dumb. One was literally a puppy theme. Yes.
A puppy theme?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, but then I had a cowboy theme, so that's cool.
Oh, alright, yeah, that's not bad.
Actually, the cowboy theme, Abby, my sister, drew out, like, this really cool thing. She took, like, I don't know what type of paper it was. It was, like, brown paper, but it was, like, not actual paper. It was weird, okay?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's kind of like that packaging, that brown packaging paper, you know?
I can't remember what it's called, but yeah.
Yeah, so she made, like, a whole casino scene out of that and put it...
What?
Yeah, I used to have it in my room, but it started, like, falling apart, so I had to get rid of it.
Oh,
it was really cool. I loved it.
Dude.
But I had a cowboy theme. I know I had another theme. I know my favorite cake I ever got was kind of like a mud cake. It wasn't... I don't know if a mud cake is an actual type of cake. And because I got a cake that had, like, crushed up Oreos on top of it. It was like a pudding mix, too, so it wasn't really like a cake. Yeah. And then because I wanted it, we put gummy worms on top, so it looked like it was worms crawling in mud. It was the best cake.
That's awesome.
And I remember... Do you remember when you ate way too much cake at one of my parties? Alright.
What?
I still have parties to this day. I'm 17. I don't care. Really, it's just friends come over and we hang out and celebrate my birthday.
We always usually do like a camp out thing. Or not camp out, but we go outside and we have a little fire.
Hang out,
marshmallows, yeah.
So there was one time my mom made this huge bowl. And it was like pudding, whipped cream, pudding, whipped cream, pudding, whipped cream. So it's basically just a big old bowl of pudding, whipped cream that we could just scoop onto our plate. You know, it was tasty.
It was very tasty, okay?
Okay, there were probably 5-6 people at this party. 5 to 6. Alright, including myself. I'd say there were close to 20 servings in this. Okay? Most people had 1 or 2.
Right.
That adds up to about 10. Okay, we'll say 12 servings.
Right. Okay.
He had 8 at least. I'm not joking. He just kept eating and
it was late and everyone was sleeping and I was like, well, nobody's gonna eat this cake, so might as well eat it.
And he stayed awake. Probably you were one of the later ones staying up. You and Daniel were probably, I think, the latest.
We were the last.
Yeah.
We were the last 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all decided to pile up on the couch and just slept.
And then there was one time we had to kick Judah off the couch because he wouldn't stop
moving.
Yes.
And we literally pushed him onto the floor and he slept on the floor.
Yep.
That was hilarious.
You say I move in my sleep.
You do. You move a lot, actually. That one night, whenever I stayed up playing
all night.
Spore the entire night. Okay, I have a problem with that game, and I haven't played it since that night.
That's probably good.
No, wait, no, that's a lie. I played it 2 days ago.
Oh,
but that's the last time I played it.
It's probably good. I think
that's a lie. I'm just
kidding. Yeah, that's a lie. I played it 2 minutes ago.
I played it right before I came here. No.
I was literally sitting in my car playing it, you know.
I brought my laptop because it's an offline game.
Yep.
No, that's not true at all. you know, that one night I stayed up and you were just talking and moving and and you farted like 3 times.
I was probably awake during that.
And then you burped. And then you just did all of these things. I remember you did like you made some sexual sound and I was like, no, let's not do that. It's not the time or place. No, please.
You know, if you weren't awake, you wouldn't have known any of that.
Right, but
so like, why'd you?
Because I wasn't tired. Okay, we talked about this on the other podcast, but might as well talk about it here as well. I stayed at my grandmother's house for 3 days, and for some reason, whenever I go there, I'm always exhausted and drowsy and just like really groggy.
Oh yeah.
And it's weird. So I literally went straight, and she lives in Tennessee. Can we say the states that we're in?
Yeah. They're going to track us from knowing. Even if they do track us,
Look, dude,
it just means we
I
have
was
dedicated
just saying,
fans.
I didn't. Okay, yeah.
I gave away my address in the last one. Remember?
Did you seriously?
No, I believed it.
Oh my gosh! I was gonna say, what the crap? Okay, so,
Oh man.
Are you okay there?
Oh, I love that video. I love that video with all my life. Everyone.
Oh my god.
Everyone that is here, go look up Dan Harmon stuttering on Game Grumps.
That was pretty accurate, I have to say.
That was so
that
accurate.
was really good what I did.
Like, even the words that you were trying to say was like what he was trying
Yeah.
to. It was him stuttering. It brings me so much joy. It's just, I could watch that video and it makes me happy.
I showed my mom and she was like, "That's terrible." I was like, "Not really. It's kind of funny."
Yeah, and like he clearly doesn't care because like Dan even kind of laughs and he doesn't care.
Dan laughs and Aaron laughs.
Oh,
my
yeah,
gosh,
but he's
hilarious.
just like, I don't care. It's a stutter.
So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, my grandmother is in Tennessee and we went there, and I always get super tired whenever I stay at her house. And we stayed there for 3 days. We went back to Georgia. We live in Georgia. And I went straight from there to here. Well, since I was basically sleeping the whole time I was at her house, I didn't want to sleep. So I stayed up all night playing Spore.
All night.
And I kind of regretted it the next day because, oh man, it hit hard. It was like that half sleep, half awake state, but it was like more awake than sleep, and everything seemed fake. And I was like, "What is this?"
You're crazy, boy. But I've stayed up all night playing games. One night.
Oh, I've done that several nights.
I wasn't planning on staying up all night, especially because I had class the next day. I had some of my college classes. And I was like, you know what? I've heard a lot about this show called American Vandal. Great show. Okay? I know the concept's a little weird. It's about a guy who spray paints penises on cars. It's not... Okay.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's a mockumentary, but it is made so well it seems like a documentary.
Yeah.
It is such a good show. So I watched the first episode. I was like, wow, this is good. I'll just watch the second one.
Okay.
I watched the whole show that night. And it was
gosh, what?
It was like 5 a.m. I had to get up in like 2 hours for school. And
no.
I just decided, you know what? I'll do my homework now and I won't sleep. So I fell asleep in 2 of my classes. And I stayed awake in 2 of them. So.
Dude. That is not good.
It was fun. It was
I fortunately never have classes anymore. I graduated early, for those of you who do not know. I don't think any of you know. I don't think I've said that. I got my GED and nobody likes that. Apparently if you get a GED, you're like scum of the earth.
Well, it's because a lot of dropouts get GEDs. So they're just like, oh, you must have dropped out.
Even still, like, who cares? Let them do what they're gonna do.
If you get they see GEDs basically as the same as high school degrees most businesses do. So, like...
Right. Yeah. It's
whoop-de-doo.
I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, I got my GED. And so I don't have classes. And I don't want to go to a college to do, like, dual enrollment or whatever.
Yeah. It's fun, though. I get to graduate with an associate's degree.
Wow. That's great.
Well, that way, when everything else fails and none of my dreams come true, I'll have something to fall back on.
Which is?
An associate's degree. I have a degree. I will have a degree.
In what? Just a degree?
It's basically it's a degree in general education. But
oh my god.
There are jobs that literally will go, you have a college degree, you get more pay.
What?
Yeah, just because you're more educated.
Right.
Even though the classes I've taken are the easiest things I've ever done. But, you know.
It's fine.
I'm purposely nitpicking, like, ooh, I need one math. Okay, I'll just take algebra again. College algebra.
Right, yeah.
Ooh, I need a science. Let me take astronomy. Like, I can take easy classes.
I've always been fascinated with space.
Space is cool.
Like, I was into science, but specifically the space part of my science.
You see, the science that I was always into was ornithology, more specifically penguins.
Oh my god.
Ornithology, for all you who don't know, is the study of birds.
Is it really?
Yeah, ornithology is the study of birds.
Okay.
Yep.
I was into zoology.
Zoology is just the study of, like, animals.
Yeah, I love animals. Just
dude, I love penguins. They're probably my favorite thing ever. So
ever? Let me see. I could look around this room and count like 8 penguin things.
Well, I also have a penguin blanket.
There's 1.
There's literally a penguin cup right there. There's a penguin in that
3.
box. I'm pretty sure there's more penguin stuffed animals on the side of the bed that you can't see.
Yep. Yeah, he's got a lot of penguins. No, that's not. I bet there's
let's
penguins
see.
on that, though.
I'm sure there's more. I don't like to leave them out all.
I don't want to like stand up and walk around.
You walk around counting every single penguin.
1,
I also love Curious George.
I can tell. Looking around the room, I can see that.
I literally have a Curious George blanket. I have a Curious George stuffed animal that I have.
Curious George, that's crazy.
I have a Curious George stuffed animal that I have had since since I can remember.
All right, yeah.
Stuffed animal.
Wow.
It holds a very special spot in my heart, and if it ever disappeared, I would kill whoever took it from me. I'm not kidding. I'm not.
Okay. All right.
And I would be arrested for the crime. I wouldn't care. Like, I would literally turn myself in and be like, I killed him because he stole my Curious George stuffed animal.
Gosh. Dude, that would be scary. It's like murder someone on the street. I'm turning myself in. He stole my Curious George.
No, you've got blood all over you. Walk up to the police station. You're like, he stole my stuffed animal, and so I killed him. And then the next day, he breaks out of jail, and you don't know how.
Oh no.
That would be
cool. Oh no.
Speaking of just that stupid film idea, because I always vision everything that I come up with as a film idea. So like that was a really dumb film idea where a guy kills somebody over a stuffed animal and then goes to jail and then he escapes. But anyways,
wait, what? That was a film idea that you had?
Well, anytime I tell a story that's not real, my mind starts going, could this work as a film?
Oh yeah. Mine does like, the same thing.
Speaking of film ideas,
though, actually,
I came up with an idea for a superhero years ago. I remember I ranted to you and Robert about this because Robert dissed the superhero.
I literally don't remember this.
Okay, well I do, and it was very traumatizing. Came up with a superhero that would have basically robotics in his brain, and they do it better. They have it all throughout his spine and such. I didn't really flush it out. I was young.
Right, yeah.
Basically, at certain moments, the robot will take control when he wants it to, and then the robot will give him control back. The robot's really good at fighting, really good at knowing knowledge, stuff like that, you know? Yeah. And so there's this movie coming out called Upgrade. Yeah, and I was really annoyed.
Like
have you
exactly the same thing.
Have you ever seen a trailer and just gone, or something, and been like, that was my idea. Uh-huh. I came up with that, and somehow you stole it. But you know they didn't steal it.
I'm always afraid that that'll happen with my superheroes. You know why? Because I'm like a huge superhero fan, okay? I've written and just illustrated these superheroes and like bits and pieces of comics. I've always wanted to have like my own comic thing, my own comic store, making my own comic brand. But I keyed the name, what's his name? In Megamind. The main hero in Megamind. There's Megamind and then Metro Man? Is that his name?
I think so, yeah.
Metro Man. I keyed that name. I created a hero and his name was Metro Man. He looked nothing like the one in the movie, but I keyed the name. And then I remember watching that movie, and I was like, that was mine.
Yep.
Oh, man. It was pretty funny, actually. I got really excited. I'm like, yay, let me write more stuff, and then I'll just use that.
Oh,
it did not work.
No. But yeah, that's like the worst feeling is when you have an idea.
Yeah.
And I wasn't too annoyed because I'd totally forgotten about this idea. It was one superhero I made years and years ago, and I was like, I hadn't thought about it.
Right.
Just watching that trailer, I was like, wow, this was mine. Someone listened to me when I was a 7-year-old boy.
Once was mine.
Oh man, but you want to get a little nerdy? You want to?
Yeah.
All right.
You want to know what I'm nerdy about?
Nerds.
You want to? Nope.
The candy.
I do realize that sounded sexual, but that's not what I was going for.
That's why I tried to.
Do you want to know what I'm
nerdy about?
Nope. I'm trying to. You want to know what my geek thing is? That doesn't sound any better. What am I trying to say?
I don't know. Okay. What are you nerdy about?
I love Transformers.
Really?
Transformers are my thing.
Transformers are ruined for me because I watched the movies.
Oh, I never watched the movies. Watched the first one, and I said, screw it, I'm never watching
garbage.
It again.
Everything just blows up, and they're big robots.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, but if I want to watch a movie where it's just big robots fighting big robots, or fighting big things, I'm going to watch, like, is it Pacific Rim?
Oh, yeah. Big robots fighting giant monsters.
That makes me feel like a child.
That's my dad. Like, yes. My dad said that was his childhood. He said he would use his action figures and pretend they were giant beings and they'd fight. So he had a Godzilla toy, and then he'd use his Transformer, and they'd just, like, fight. That was it. Then he said, he was like, this is my childhood come to life. I love these movies. He's like, no matter how crappy they are, I love it.
They're technically so garbage.
Have you watched the second?
I have not seen the second one yet. Is it worse?
It's so bad. But just like the action in it, you're like, oh yeah.
And then the fact that in the first one, that sword that cuts through them,
they only use it like 2/3 through the movie, and you're like, "Are you kidding me?
You've had this the whole time."
Oh yeah, they use those in the second one. Good. Swords. They're like, "Ooh, swords and more swords with the swords," because they were really cool in the first one.
Oh man!
And then that Godzilla movie. Giant things destroying cities. Okay, so old Godzilla movies. One of the older ones. There was, like, the dumbest thing that my family still quotes to this day, because we were watching it. And Godzilla had just destroyed some giant monster again. Mm-hmm. And, they had to follow that random family.
Yeah.
Or, like, that random person that somehow has importance. Mm-hmm. But, anyway, he had just destroyed a city, and...
Who's that? Huh?
Okay. Anyway, sorry.
Justice has to check his phone in the middle of the podcast.
because my younger brother, who never texts me, texted me.
He just has to check his phone in the middle of a podcast. We are recording here, and he thinks it's his job to just check his phone in the middle of it.
Okay, so Godzilla, old movie. He had just destroyed a giant monster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In the city. And the city was, like, in shambles. So, like, the city was a wreck. Godzilla started destroying the city. Like, he was walking around and he was just like... And then somebody was like, why do I feel good about Godzilla? Blah, 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 or something. And then the dad looks over and he's like, maybe it's because there's a little bit of Godzilla in us all. And then the camera pans over and you see Godzilla just like barf fire on the city. And he's just like destroying the city. And we're sitting there in silence and my dad goes... What? And it was just like we all started laughing. And so that's something that we'll quote to this day. We're like, maybe it's because there's a little Godzilla in us all. And somebody will go, just like, yeah. Oh, it was great. It made no sense. We were like, what does that mean? He's like ravaging the city. Like, what?
Dude, on the nerdy talk though, something I wanted to bring up.
Star Trek.
No, I was going to bring up Thanos, okay?
Thanos.
He's a big, powerful man.
Yeah, big old, strong
He's really
guy.
powerful without the Infinity Gauntlet. Mm-hmm. With it, he's even more powerful, like crazy powerful. I was trying to think of people that could beat him, with or without it.
Nobody.
Well, there are people, but...
Dude, he beat up Galactus.
No, but there are people who beat Galactus. very easily. But they're like
Silver Surfer is a
Silver Surfer. I believe Phoenix, because Phoenix is Phoenix is a power in the universe. It's not just one person. So if Phoenix thinks that Thanos shouldn't be like in charge, he's gone.
I didn't know
Phoenix is crazy. Yeah, it's Jean Grey just was the body of Phoenix. It wasn't that Phoenix was Jean Grey. Phoenix was in Jean Grey.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah, so she could probably be done Perry the Platypus.
Right, yeah, because Perry the Platypus is just like one of the...
how do you stop Perry the Platypus?
You know what's fun is we looked through one day, me and my brothers, we just got bored, and we were like, I wonder who can hold Thor's hammer. So, basically, any warrior...
Yes.
Wonder Woman can pick up Thor's hammer. Captain America, I believe, picked it up at one point.
Yep, because he was deemed worthy. Yeah.
Then there was, it like crossed over into all of these different universes, and we were like, wow, this is a lot.
There was one point where Superman held Thor's hammer, but then Odin was like, "You're too powerful with it," so he made it so Superman couldn't hold it.
Yeah, that was my word. That's so dumb. Superman. Okay, I like Superman just because he's like the golden age superhero, you know? Mm-hmm. He was like, wow, this is the guy that can like do whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's just like the classic superhero. I like that. I don't know why, but I do.
I've never really liked... Oh, me and your brother got in a heated debate about Captain America.
I know. I was there. I hated that.
I don't really like Captain America. I don't really like Superman. I like superheroes that have flaws because I feel like they're more humanoid, you know? Yeah. Superman's not human, I guess, so you can't hold that against them. But still.
No, I understand what you're saying.
I like them to have flaws. That's why I like... The movies don't have, like... Nearly all the superheroes in the movies don't have flaws because the biggest flaws they'll have is like, ooh, I'm prideful. Yeah. And you're just like, oh, wow.
Wow.
In the comics, Iron Man's a drunk.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Iron Man's a drunk?
Yeah, he drinks like crazy.
I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
So he's like, because he's always scared of what's going to happen in the future. Because he's seen all these attacks against the Earth.
Oh,
so, like, to wash that away, he just drinks a lot. Yeah. You know, Spider-Man, it's more in the comics. He has his golden rule of not killing anybody, and it's really sets him back. I've always loved Spider-Man, though. He's also a kid. That is his problem, is that he is young. Yeah. So he doesn't know specifically what he's doing.
Spider-Man older, I read this comic where he actually gave up on his golden rule, and he almost... Do you have that comic?
No, I don't remember if I have the comic. I don't think I do. But there's a comic where he beats the heck out of Kingpin. Like,
I'm not talking about Kingpin. I'm talking about it was a different villain, and he was so fed up with the villain and what he was doing that I think he did. No, he didn't kill it.
Yeah.
Because the guy was like, I can't remember what he said, but he was so good, and I felt like such, you know, that righteous feeling that you get whenever you're reading something. You're like, yes.
Well,
that's what happened.
I know he almost killed Kingpin because Kingpin almost killed Aunt May. And he said, if Aunt May dies, Aunt May was in the hospital, and he's like, if she dies in the hospital, you're dead. But he came to Kingpin, normal clothing, as Peter Parker, just beat the living hell out of him.
Oh my gosh.
Till he was laying on, and Kingpin is hard to beat, but he wasn't holding back. He was just pounding him. Kingpin was laying him down, and he's like, if Aunt May dies, you'll die. And he just walked away.
Oh my gosh.
It was...
Dude.
It was intense. It's probably one of my favorite comics. So, it was awesome. It was awesome. Spider-Man's cool. So is Daredevil. I like Daredevil because he's not two-faced. Have I ever told you this?
Daredevil. Oh, yeah.
Because
we've talked about
in the night, he fights crime. Mm-hmm. In the day, he fights crime. Yeah. He's a lawyer at day. So he's not two-faced. He's not like Superman where I'm a normal guy during the day. But when there's crime, I transform. Right, yeah. So, like, he's helping only when he's the superhero. Mm-hmm. Like, Ed Murdoch, he actually helps always. And you don't feel that Ed Murdoch is Matt Murdock. Why did I say Ed? Matt Murdock.
I was gonna say that doesn't sound right.
Matt Murdock. That Matt Murdock is like he also has like anger problems, but he doesn't kill. But he'll beat the living crap out of people. I've always felt that Captain America goes, punch, you're down.
Yeah.
And then they're just down.
Captain America does have apparently a power that I did not know he had was that it was like the more he feels towards something, like in a righteous sense, the stronger he gets.
Really?
That is why he could hold back Thanos's. You know how he was actually being
like holding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, how? I was like, there's no way he's that strong. But it's because he felt such a righteous power that he could actually hold it. I was like, that. Okay, that's really clever. I thought that was cool.
I heard of an idea of how to beat Thanos before he got the Infinity Stones. And it's you get Ant-Man. You just flick Ant-Man into Thanos' ear, and he just turns big.
You hear no Ant-Man starts whispering sweet nothings into Thanos, and then Thanos is like, oh, and, you know, she gives up, and he's like, man, that was great. All right, I'm done. You guys can live. He just like leaves.
Yeah, that was that. Exactly.
Ant-Man gets in the air. Hey, love, mama, let me whisper. Yes.
I wonder if they can hear any of that.
Yes, I'm sure they could. And if they can't, I'm not amplifying it. I don't put much editing into these videos. So
I mean, it's a podcast, so you know.
Yeah. Wow.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Thank you for that. He just flicked the bottom of his cup, so
that was you.
I just flicked the bottom of my cup because it was fun.
Yeah. What are you looking
I think
at,
we have
big
time
boy?
for another story. What do you want to?
What do I want to talk about?
You got something to finish this off with?
I mean, you want to go back to one of our first topics?
Sure, yeah.
No, we were talking about birthdays.
Oh, man, yeah.
I have a really good birthday story.
Okay, let me hear it.
Alright, so I was hanging out with one of my good pals. We ate out after church, and then we were like, you know, we went home. But she was like, I want to go to Dairy Queen. We were a family. And her mom was like, nah, I don't feel like spending that much money, so we just went home. Then we kept begging. So her mom was like, Gabe, you drive her to Dairy Queen. I was like, okay. So we went to Dairy Queen. I got a Blizzard. She got like a brownie with ice cream on it or whatever.
That's good stuff, actually.
Then we were like, I have a great idea. Let's buy some really crappy kites and go to the dam that's near town and fly some kites. Right. So we go to Walmart, buy like $1 kites.
Yeah.
Go to the dam. We finally got it to fly for like a minute. It was not windy enough.
Yeah.
And the kites were crap. So we're like, okay, that was fun. So we start heading home. Then I'm like, let's go to my friend's Ben house. He has a YouTube channel. He probably won't link it.
I don't know him.
He doesn't post, but he's a great guy. I call him Little Asian sometimes. I call him Bean. Whatever I feel like calling him, you know? So I go to his house.
Nothing, because I don't really know him that well.
we go to his house. He comes out. We're talking, and then he's like, "Dude, there's some like roofs in town. They're like flat. So if you can get on them, he knows a way to get on them. He told us. So you get on these roofs. They're flat. You can walk around, change what roof you're on, and it's pretty cool. So we're like, all right, let's go. So we drive into town. We park. We get up on the roof. First of all, I never realized with top roofs, but they're solid black. So it was dark. So it's hard to see. We took out our phones.
Yeah, wow. You blah, 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 blah.
I do that a lot. But we took out our phones, shined a light, that way we could see. We're walking around. We noticed there's this weird, like, 6x6 square just straight down. It's kind of like in the middle of the roof. And it's really weird. It has door access.
Yeah.
And it has a ladder in it. And we're like, why?
Right.
It had no purpose. Like, literally, it was...
Yeah.
Then we see there's, like, a small wall that goes up to, like, our shins.
Mm-hmm.
That we can climb over to get onto the next roof. And that roof's, like, slanted, so we walk all the way to the top. The view was garbage. There was nothing to see. And we were in town. What to do? So we're like, all right. So I walk over, and I kind of jump off the roof that we were on, onto the other roof.
Mm-hmm.
Onto the median in the middle of the roof. So I jump on that, and then I go off to the side. Then I turn around, and she's not jumping on the medium, she's jumping right beside it. It's kind of like right behind an air conditioning unit. Yeah. She jumps. She just disappears. Brooke. So I start yelling her name. She doesn't reply. So I run over to the hole, and I look down, shine my light, and she's just laying there. Motionless. Not saying anything, no noises. Crap. So then I go to the other hole that we had saw. And I try to pull up the ladder from it. But it's like attached. It was weird. I couldn't get it out. So I then call 911. Cops, ambulance rush over. They get her out. luckily the guy didn't want to press charges that are on the roof, so holla. But,
oh boy.
then she's rushed to the hospital. My parents come. Okay, I'm 17, which makes me an adult in law.
Right.
Lawly,
Yeah.
I'm an adult. So technically, my parents didn't need to come to the scene, especially since charges weren't being pressed. So there was no crime against me. I technically was not committing a crime because charges weren't pressed.
Right.
And I'm 17, so I'm an adult. So I was gonna ride with her parents to the hospital, but the officer was like, "Your parents have to come here before you can leave." Your parents, and I was like, "Okay, fine." So my parents come there and go to the hospital with them. I'm thinking she's like got broken bones because she fell 20 feet onto just ground.
Right. Yeah.
So I thought, she'd be really hurt.
Really? Wow, you do that a lot.
I do that a lot. But luckily, all she had was a punctured lung. Which isn't bad.
Yeah, I was gonna. That sounds bad, but it's actually not.
Yeah, because it was such a small puncture. It healed within like 12 hours.
All right. Yeah.
So your lungs heal really fast. So small puncture, healed. Mm-hmm. She went home. Her hip was slightly dislocated. That was the worst thing. So it was really hard for her to walk. Okay. Yeah. But that was, that was on her 16th birthday. Just to clarify, I don't know if I said that at the beginning.
I don't think you did say that.
It was on her birthday. So the whole day went great. It was just that night.
Did not go. Well, I mean, you definitely made it a night to remember.
Yeah, she will remember that.
For sure.
For the rest of her life, probably.
Yes. I mean, how do you forget something like that?
I don't know. She doesn't remember falling. She actually doesn't remember most of the night. But she knows what happened that night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she remembered going on the roof. And then, she remembered waking up during the CT scan. Uh-huh. And during the scan, was it CT or a CAT? I don't know. Are they the same thing? Who knows? I don't. I'm not a doctor.
I'm not sure, actually.
I'm not a doctor. But she remembers. I was like, what do you last remember? And she's like, waking up during the scan. And I was like, oh, okay. She's like, and they told me to stop dancing. And I was like, dancing? You were dancing? Because she can't move. Like, she can move her limbs. Right. But if she moved... So, I was like, what do you mean you were dancing? And she's like, oh, I was just shaking my body and dancing. And so she was shaking her body during the scan. And they got onto her for it. They're like, you can't be doing that. And she was like...
Was she actually doing that?
Yeah, she was actually dancing during the scan. And we found out later the song she was dancing to was some song they played at church that morning for like VBS.
Oh, no.
That was stuck in her head, so she's just dancing.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty great, yeah.
And I think that is all the time that we have for the podcast.
These go by way faster.
Besides the, I know.
It's crazy. Like,
it's nice.
The first one seemed to go by way longer.
Yeah. I felt like we were kind of grabbing for topics, but it's okay.
This one's just
ready to close it out with a, what are the odds?
Wait, who does who?
You doing me. I
don't like that idea.
But, I mean, it's not, like, sexual.
Oh, okay, alright. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
My gosh.
Yeah. Alright, what are the odds?
Uh-huh. No, don't.
Just like okay, that's too much. We're gonna say,
like...
What
the heck is that?
Sunscreen. That much. You gotta eat it. Not off my finger. But
10.
10?
No. Just rub it on yourself.
Anyways, okay,
rub
10.
It on yourself, yeah.
Put some sunscreen on. It's bright in here.
Okay, alright.
So, 10.
Yeah.
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 5.
1. Yes!
I hate you.
I was gonna say 5, but I was like, no, he's gonna say 5, so I changed it. Yes!
You peeped it.
Yeah! Okay, that is all the time we have for this podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Check out my channel.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know if I... Link in the description for Gabe's channel.
Also the podcast.
Swaggiest Swadster. Yeah, I'm gonna put a link.
Swagster?
Swir. We got a Swiggy Swaggy right here. Swiggiest of Swags. We're gonna put his... No! We're gonna put his stuff in the description, and, yeah.
I'll see you next week.
Tune in every Saturday.
Every single Saturday.
Goodbye.